Love it. Love it. New location. Hey, yay!
Hi.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. If you already know, it's coming backdated.
That's so funny.
Hey, everyone. Viewer discretion advised. Like all of the cuss words, all of the graphic scenes, all of the violence. Because this is the body count segment.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever wondered what the fuck is going on with your neighbors upstairs? I'm calling corporate, where petty meets professional and our regionals stop returning our call.
We're the Courtneys, with 25 years of property management experience combined, and still wondering how half of you made it past the application process.
We don't know.
This is Liz.
And we're in a new
Yes, all of plants.
my plant room.
Yeah, we're taking it over.
Yeah.
It's so cute in here. You should do a video one day of just like showing off your plants.
Okay.
Make it like a TikTok or a reel or something.
They're kind of dead right now, so we're not going to show them off.
They don't all, well, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
They all look dead, and then I look directly at the dead one. Was their co-host today?
Yes.
Well, a story, some stories.
Yeah. We're excited about it.
Yes.
I am excited about it. Because you've had some drama.
Yeah.
Some drama.
For sure.
So, start us off with how you got into property management.
What to?
When I started property management, I had never even rented an apartment before. So my application was like on Indeed. My first manager reached out to me and she was just like, basically like, hey, this is who I am. You want to come for an interview? I looked into it before my interview. Thought it was cool. Did my interview. Super excited. And I literally started my first property. I was there for a long time. And then kind of worked my way from there.
So you started as a leasing agent?
Yes.
And
leasing agent and working my way.
Yeah.
Now property manager.
Yeah. Now property manager.
He's one of us.
Okay. Before we get into stories, I think we should start this. I think it'll be fun. What is one thing you like about property management and one thing you hate about property management?
That's fine.
I did not see this guy.
I didn't see this coming either. I feel like you did.
I think it's a good thing now.
I like it. So one thing I like about property management is I love getting to know people and like their families, and because at the end of the day, like my motto is like, we work here, but you live here. Like that's what I always say. I say that to like my employees or resident, like literally across the board. And so I feel like my job for the most part is like just living by that motto. Yeah. Or like if they have a work order or something like that, like just doing whatever I can to, try to curate that.
Make it like it's easier.
Yeah. And then like the resident events and things like that, like we get to know people and their families, and a lot of times they grow up seeing people's kids. Yeah. And you get to see them literally grow up, and I love that.
We hate.
Hate. Yeah. Understaffing. So if you're looking for a job, join property management.
We are always hiring.
I mean, maintenance. I mean, some of the greatest, maintenance, office, it is fun.
Yeah.
We all get along for the most part.
You get to learn the trade, which is you'll always have that skill, moving forward.
Yeah,
it's a trade job. So you don't have to go to school for it. You don't have to. You don't have to have any experience, not even as a maintenance guy. And that's a lot of.
We'll train you.
Yeah. People, you're going to be trained and stuff. So that's a lot of things that people get misunderstood about property management is you need to have skills. No, we are entry level positions.
Yes, we have here.
Yeah. And we want you to have basic skills.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. The biggest one being people skills. If you don't have people skills, probably sit it out.
And every position too, because maintenance is going to have to walk into people's apartments and have that conversation while they're working on their stuff. They're gonna ask how the baby is and how the pets are. You have to have that.
They might ask you, "What are you doing? How are you doing this?" They're going to be in your face, being all up in your space when you're trying to fix stuff.
They do that.
It is their
Yeah.
home, so
It is their home, and that's okay. So, yeah, I think that's the thing that's like the hardest, and
that's a good one.
I do like the most. It's just, yeah. So, I mean, it's a problem anywhere you go. Like, there will always be times whenever, you know, someone's leaving, someone who's coming in, and yeah.
That's my favorite part, I think, is training someone.
I love it too.
Yeah, I love training people.
I love training too.
I do too.
So that's probably yeah, for sure.
It's so funny though when I'm like showing someone how to do something and I'm like, this is probably not the right way to do it. But like I do it.
So when we do it, and look at where we are. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to find the loopholes. So I'm like, this is taking too long.
We're body count. We are in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And I've got some updates for y'all from last.
Oh, yeah. Your mom reached out.
My mom reached out because I talked about her or whatever, and she listens to every single one. Shout out to mom.
Thank you, Janie.
And so she did have like an update for the triple homicide that we were involved with whenever I was a kid. So you haven't, okay. All right, well, Liz is going to need to catch up.
I told you I'm only 2 episodes behind.
Okay.
I'm only 2 behind.
Catch up. So,
Okay.
triple homicide was definitely gang related, and they said that the shooter that went into the apartment, he had borrowed the shotgun and he was bringing it back. He was returning it, and then and that's whenever they said they're out to get him. So he used the guy's own shotgun to murder his family.
And I wonder if he was trying to set him up.
I feel like, well, I mean, if he was there, he would have died too.
Maybe, yeah.
He definitely would.
And I wonder if it was like the whole he's not here. Do this. This is his gun. Maybe trying to set him up or something.
No, not with the whole scene. No, not at all.
Okay.
The guy took off with the gun. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, but then he was saying, huh? Oh no, this is just straight up gang related. I don't care about any of that stuff. It was probably sawed off and everything. But yeah, you need to catch up. So, anyways, this is when I was 10, by the way, 9 years old.
Can't even remember.
So she said that a few years later, whenever we had moved away, she had saw the news about crime in Phoenix, and literally our apartment community was up on following up on the story, and the son was unfortunately still involved with gang memberships and being gang related. So I don't know where this kid is now. I mean, he's got to be in his 50s because he's probably in his 50s now. So if he's still alive, I hope that he's gotten out of that life. But
for sure,
the streets are calling.
For sure,
the streets were calling. But anyway, so that was that's pretty much the motive or whatever behind it was just getting that gun back. I guess I don't really know. But anyways, shout out to mom.
So since you had your update, did I ever tell them how many years that girl got?
No.
Okay, so with my story, I think my phone died.
Yeah, the phone died.
My story, the girl who did the triple homicide in my community got 30 years.
30 years, y'all.
And she was
nothing.
By the time she got sentenced, she was 20 years old, and she was crying for her mom when they were sentencing her.
It's mind-boggling. Why would anybody take the fall like that?
I mean, I don't necessarily know if she really took the fall. That's what I believe.
She had to.
I believe she took the fall for it.
She did. She could have read it.
And what's crazy is we found out as well, because I couldn't remember. I know that the one girl who people testified and said that they had seen her around, and they were pretty sure she was the one that got in the car and drove away, testified against her at the trial.
Yeah. So one of the shooters, or one of the people accomplices, had testified against her friends
that was taking the fall. Yeah, I don't know. I will say,
we're you're 17, you won't get a hard sentence.
Yeah.
Let's just take the plea or take the fall, and then you'll get out later. They didn't realize that it was going to be 30 years.
For sure. Also, shout out to my hometown, because Memphis is obviously in my heart, but their justice system sucks.
Yeah, that's awful.
It's awful. And this was years ago. I mean, the DA is obviously trying to do what he can do, but It's broken. It's 100% broken, especially in that city.
It's awful.
Anyway, moving on to our new story.
Yes, Liz has a story.
Do you want to start, or do you want one of us to go first?
Story. I don't have any more stories.
I have plenty.
So, should I start kind of like on the curse of the property? I feel like I should.
Okay, so I want to hear about this because it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, there was like a running joke. I feel like this is an important backstory.
Mm-hmm.
So, the property that I worked at for a long time, we had so it wasn't a joke, I guess, but long story short, when Elizabeth left first, we had like the first property shooting. So it was the first time that person did not die. Thank goodness. Anyway, it was like the first property shooting in like over 20 years. So it was like really crazy.
Yeah.
Big thing. It was whenever the manager, Elizabeth, put in her notice to like leave. It was like literally that night. The guy got shot. Big deal. Okay. Then Courtney over here puts in her notice.
They work together on
We would have worked together. So Courtney puts in her notice. Somebody gets shot in the parking lot that night.
What?
Yeah. I'm not kidding. The day she put in her notice, someone got shot in the parking lot that night.
God.
But what's crazy, I have to tell the story, is what's crazy is we all lived in the same building.
Yes.
We did.
We all lived in the same building.
We all lived in the same building.
Floor. Or
Two of us were on the same floor, Liz was below us.
the maintenance guy lived in the same building with you guys.
Yeah.
So 4 staff members in the same building.
Three.
Oh,
3.
Yeah.
Well,
Elizabeth had moved. But
yeah.
Well, she was still there though. Like when you guys worked together.
Yeah, so there was 4.
4.
Yeah, and then Elizabeth moved, so then there was, but when this happened, there was just 3 in this building.
For sure.
And it was, we were like 1, 2, 4 buildings down from where it happened. 3 buildings down from where it happened.
Yeah. No, didn't hear a thing.
None of us heard anything.
We still to this day, unless you heard something, nobody knows anything about what happened.
No.
What?
No.
Nobody has a clue.
No.
Nobody knows what happened. We don't know which apartment was involved.
Yeah. We think we
have an idea. We have an idea because we did have someone skip right after that.
Oh, well, yeah.
So, you assume. But no one got arrested. There was no, there was, blood on the ground, but, nobody got arrested. They didn't find anything, nothing. So, yeah, don't know who got shot.
Yeah, and the way we found out about it is when I was getting ready for work, my dad was living with us at the time. He watched the news every morning, and it was on the news. Yeah, it was on the news, and he was like, the property, the property's on the news. I'm like, what? And I got in there, and it was like, murder. It wasn't murder. It was like shooting with a death at blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait, what? And so then that's when I'm like, asking Liz.
I probably didn't get that. And it was in the morning.
Yes, he was dead.
Okay. We're on that. Okay. So it does count to the body happened. Okay. Yeah. But it was the morning of my sister's baby shower.
Oh
it was in the middle of the night. My sister's baby shower was that day. And so, yeah. And it was right in front of the clubhouse is where it happened. And so, they were cleaning the blood off the ground as I'm getting ready for my sister's birthday or baby shower. And, yeah. So that's
funny. I'm sorry. It's not funny.
It's weird. And then, anyways.
It's just your goal.
This is what was really crazy. Okay, obviously we didn't know anything about it. We didn't know anything about it. We found out about it on the news. We tried to ask questions. They think it could have been a drug deal or something, but they didn't even know.
No.
But what's so crazy is days, weeks go by. No one called about it. Not a single
nobody did. Nobody for upset.
Big property called about it. Not a single one. No one reported hearing gunshot.
No.
One of the residents' cars was shot by the stray bullets, and she didn't even report that.
No, she didn't.
Saw it. Yes.
What in the world is wrong with these people?
The police put a little sticker on it. This is evidence, but I guess she just contacted insurance and kept moving because she didn't.
Wow.
She didn't even ask that.
Yeah, she didn't. And then it was probably 2 months later. We had one resident on the other side of the property that was not even in the area. I don't even think knew about it. I think maybe heard about it or saw a crime letter.
Yeah.
Maybe sent a crime letter out. They probably saw the crime letter or something like that. And then she called, she was like, oh, we want to move. We don't feel safe. I'm like, it's been almost 2 months.
Yeah.
And I was like, sorry, you're not getting out of your lease.
And they want to move in like 60 days.
Yeah.
No.
And
The one thing about it is like if you are in a lease, if you are in a lease contract, a written lease contract, anywhere you go, you can die and still be contractually obligated to the lease.
Doesn't usually happen.
No. But your debt goes into the next of kin, y'all. Like that, it's literally in the lease contract. Your debt with the apartment community goes into the next of kin. It goes towards that. So
just my company goods, we break that shit off.
Well, that's
what company wants it off.
But
yeah. And most of them probably do.
Most of them do, but if someone wants to hold the family to it, they are more than obligated to do.
Yeah, for sure. And then we can move on to it because I know she has another story that kind of ties in with it.
It definitely ties into it.
But we ended up still like nobody reported this. And
it's just crazy.
Yeah. And so I remember I think you were with me and we were walking down to not the building it happened in, but the one next to it. Right. And that resident that we always would talk to, it was real funny and come in and stuff, he was on his patio. And so I walked up and I was like, hey. He's like, yeah. I'm like, did you hear anything? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. You didn't want to call? Like, you didn't come knock on my door? Like, you live across from us. And he was, you knew. He was like, I thought you knew. He was like, I don't know what people assume.
Yeah.
He was like, I thought you were taking care of it. I'm like, if you didn't see any of us come out of our house when the police and the firefighters and the crime scene and all of that. I mean, maybe the police are there. Yeah, that's what I'm not going to come right after the gunshot. Right after the gunshot goes off, I'm like, stay in the house for a minute, okay? But I didn't even hear a gunshot. She didn't hear a gunshot.
No.
Didn't hear police. Didn't hear ambulance. Didn't hear fire truck. Didn't hear any. We were dead to the world, apparently, in bed.
Well, I sleep with the fan.
So the last time that I thought I heard a gunshot, we had just did the unboxing. Okay, so I thought I heard a gunshot here, y'all.
Oh my god.
She ended this thing so quickly.
So and you could probably see the panic in my face.
I didn't even know what was going on.
We were doing the unboxing, and I literally had to it really quick because then I opened all the windows and I was trying to look around. We heard a pow,
oh my god, it's exactly what you thought it was. I don't even know what I think it was.
And so it turns out it was just a gender reveal pop thing that you pop.
Is that what you thought it was, Courtney?
I don't think it was that.
It was the pool. It was so close though, it was right outside of my window, and it was so loud, and I thought
you are literally right on the pool.
I thought that there was one loud gunshot, or maybe there was two. There was two pops or something like that. And I was like,
those don't really sound like gunshots.
So frantic. I'm like,
because I went into property management mode at that.
Yeah, because she did. I like you.
She also did you hear that?
She's opening the doors and then seeing them on the patio.
No, I went around to the club.
We went through the club.
So we know now Courtney does not wait for the police.
No, I went to the police. I will catch you on camera. Don't even try.
It's so funny.
I have cameras everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
And I keep it on my phone too. As soon as I hear a noise, I'm looking at the camera.
Yeah. Were they having a girl? It was a girl. It was a girl.
Correct.
If you watch this, congrats on your baby girl.
Go ahead and just send it to them.
Anyways, go ahead, Liz. So lead into the next.
So we're getting into the story now.
Property is cursed. Every time someone leaves, something happens.
Okay.
So hilarious. So I put in my notice. I put in my notice to leave. And other days
what position are you in at this point?
Assistant.
Okay, you're assistant.
So I'm assistant manager.
Okay. And you put in your notice to leave.
I put in my notice because I'm gonna leave. And anyway, so the running joke is who's getting shot today. We were joking about it because it literally happened the night. I'm talking the night the notice was put in. Someone got shot. So anyways, so that's the joke. So you had already moved. So it was me and Amy. We're literally getting our nails done. And we didn't have no, we did have a manager. We had a manager there. And so Julian calls me And you'll know, obviously, from the last podcast.
We know what Julian is. Julian is.
He's hilarious.
They work together.
We worked together a long time, and he calls me, and I'm with his wife, Amy, and we're going to announce Dunmore Mill. And he calls me, and he's like, hey, so someone got shot.
Julian, and
y'all know he's hilarious, so we think he's lying.
so
Don't believe it.
This Julian. Hey, so someone got shot.
Literally. That's him. So, someone got shot.
He's laughing
I'm
at
pretty
this shot
sure-
situation.
I'm pretty sure he said, and it's serious. He was like, so, someone got shot, and it's serious. And I'm like laughing, put him on speakerphone, because I'm like, this is a lie. Like, this did not happen.
You're
Keep
picking
in mind, like, between the different notices, there weren't other shootings. Like, this isn't like a bad property
No.
that has, like,
crime.
a lot of crime. Crime has no address. Okay. But then
We talked about that.
yeah. So it's not a property that has like a lot of crime. Like it's not, shootings happen when we put our notice in, but also every other night. That's not it. So they only were happening when people were getting their notice in.
Yeah.
And so he says, so it's serious. I put him on speakerphone because obviously I think he's lying.
We used to prank each other a lot.
Yeah,
We all worked together.
We did prank each other a lot. You should see that video. Okay. Anyways, so
We're gonna talk about it on one of our episodes.
yeah. So that was a goodie.
That was a good one.
I am always forever the prank war champion. But okay. Anyways, so he says serious. I put it on speakerphone. We're in the nail salon. I think he's lying. And he's like, no, Liz, I'm dead serious. The roads are backed up. They closed the entrance. The news is here. And I'm like thinking, but we had been joking. He had been trying to pull pranks to become the prank war champion.
Yeah.
But that was the joke.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the running joke with us and stuff. And so I'm laughing. Oh my gosh, you're joking. And he was, no, I'm serious. FaceTime. He turns the camera around. He's like, the car is in that lake.
In the lake.
The car is in the lake.
Well, okay.
So
Back it up, Terry.
it's hard to not laugh. Okay. So sad. So sad. It's hard.
It is sad. It is.
It definitely is sad. And in the moment, of course, my brain instantly, I'm like, okay, he was not lying. There are more police at the property than you see.
And driving down the road.
Pretty much like that I've ever seen in one area for a crime, which I'm not around a lot, but anyways, the most police I've ever seen in one area. There's a tow truck there, and it all happened so fast. The police were there so fast. They were really on it. They were there so quick, and so FaceTiming, showing. They have the different. It's closed off. So it's long story short. The traffic was way backed up because people are trying to get into the property, but obviously they can't.
Okay, so we can say this.
It is off a main road.
It's off of a main road.
Yeah, a very busy road.
The main road that it's off of is just a one-way road. So there's 2 lanes, and it just goes one way. So no one is able to turn around. No one's able to do U-turns. It's just 2 lanes. It goes one way.
Yeah.
So that. So whenever she says it's backed up, you're not getting out of
It's impossible to leave.
until it.
You're not getting in. People were literally parking their cars.
There's only one way in and one way out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of the community.
Yeah. Only one way in and out. So, anyways, of course, my brain instantly goes oh my gosh, what do we do now? The news is literally there. The guy was shot, passed away, went into the lake.
So how do you know what transpired with the situation? Okay.
So
Walk me through what.
Pretty sure it was gang related.
Okay.
So the guy was he was involved in a gang. And so all they know, which I'm gonna try to get an update, but basically the gist of what they know is that the other guy with his gun was hiding in between 2 buildings.
Okay.
The guy dropped his kids off at home. He drops his kids off at home. As he's exiting the property, he gets shot in the head and literally drives his car into the lake. Like, hits the
lake is right by the entrance and exit.
Yeah. Hits the tree, spins into the lake. And so, and another crazy thing too is that I never realized the lake was a real lake. Yeah, there's fish.
That it was that deep.
I mean, there was fish, but I didn't know it was like so deep.
Yeah.
So it took them like hours.
Yeah.
To even retrieve the car and
In his body. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the car. In the body. So, yeah, so that was really bad. And it gets crazy. It gets a little crazier.
Okay. What's next? How does it get crazier than that? So the guy's dead, obviously.
He was like that.
Instead of him, he spins out. Now the car is inside of the lake, and the tow truck is like trying to get him out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're trying to keep everybody out of the area.
How did you get home?
Oh, so funny. I had to park at a store. I had to park at a store and walk.
Okay.
So finish my nails.
Yeah.
Drive to the town because we were in the next town over. Literally had to park at the store and I had to just walk down.
Okay.
That's kind of impossible. There ain't no sidewalk.
No, I didn't park at the store. I literally parked on the road because whenever I was going down, the whole road was just completely stopped.
Yeah.
There was no movement at all. It was shut down. And so I literally was like, didn't know that was going to happen. So I just like turned my car off, turned my flashers on, and I just walked to the property. Yeah. And so where it gets crazier. Let's start back.
You should definitely.
Where it gets crazier is that, so here I am. I live on property at the time.
Yeah.
And they like haven't pulled the car out yet. Okay. But the scene kind of has like calmed down a lot. Like people are starting to go home. It's been hours at this point. People are starting to go home. I was getting cold. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm probably going to go home, get a jacket, like, eat something, come back. And so, long story short, so I go across, like, they let me go across the crime scene because I work there. So they let me go across. And a police officer stops me there. And he's like, hey, do you know, like, what's going on? Like, what happened? Because I'm still in my work.
Yeah.
What's going on? Like, what's happened? And I was honest. I was like, I don't really know a lot. They said it's a black car, and I don't remember the other details. Like, basically, just like it's a black car that he got shot, and then he went into the water. Yeah, like that's all I know. And so, I arrested it. Pops it in. He's like standing behind, and she was like, "No, it's not a black car. It's a purple car." And so she like interrupts, and she's like, "It's a purple car," and I'm like, "Oh, well, I don't really know much." Because, like, also here I am, like, in property management, you do kind of try to keep things, like, you don't want to give all the details because also, like, this is somebody's privacy at the same time.
You're bound to privacy laws.
Privacy. And so, like, I'm trying to, like, talk on the DL to this police officer, and then, like, she's, like, inching closer and closer, and then there's another resident there that's, like, talking to her, and so it's, like, a really weird situation.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, I don't know much. And I just kind of took a step back because this is a little weird.
You don't want people to overhear that.
Yeah. And this is weird because she's definitely, and then he's like, okay, well, this is the baby mama of the victim.
Mm-hmm. Why would they introduce you to them?
They did. She lives there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so the police were like,
she's getting evicted.
Yeah. So the police are talking to her, I guess, and she's acting crazy. She is like trying to detect. She's trying to tell her own version of the story, and I picked up on that very quickly. I'm like, how do you know the car's purple? How do you know it's him in the lake? Like the police who are actually investigating, they don't know
who the victim is.
They don't know who the victim is. They didn't even know what kind of car it was.
Because at this point, you're thinking that your baby daddy's left.
Yes.
Okay.
You think your baby daddy's left.
He's dropped his kids off. He's gone. He's gone home.
Yeah. Yeah. She's like very obviously like trying to, I don't think I had pieced it together at that point. I was just like, oh wow, That's really sad because she also does have, she did have like special needs kids, and the dad was involved. And we knew that the whole time that she had been a resident there for a very long time. And so then I'm starting to like kind of, oh, well, that's really sad, you know, not putting two and two together until another resident jumps in too. And this other resident, I really liked her. And she asking questions, kind of trying to point it out to me, hey, what she's saying is not really lining up. And how does she know the things that she knows?
She's trying to create the narrative, basically.
Yeah.
She's trying to.
But the other resident who like hops in, I think trying to help me see that. Like,
yeah, okay.
Like, okay, she's like playing, she's being the victim, which not saying she's not, but
I mean, she ain't the one that's dead in the lake.
True. But she's like doing the victim thing, and so the other residents like trying to make me see like something's not right here. Like there's something wrong with this. And so, okay, guys, well, I'm gonna go ahead and go and get a jacket. Like, I'm gonna go get something to eat. And then the resident is, will you walk me to my apartment? My kids are at home.
No. There are 50 police.
Well, she knows this is the problem. Here's my building. And here's her building.
Yeah.
So the
She knows where I live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows where I live. Her building's right by mine. So the other resident comes in, and she's like, here, I'll walk you home. And going back to, so, yeah, anyways. So we're walking.
That's like separate.
We're like three people just walking along.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is weird. Like her story's changing. Like she's like, I haven't told my kids. My kids are devastated. My kids are calling asking where their dad is. Like her story is just like going back and forth. Yeah. And so it's just really weird. Okay. And so yeah.
They know, do they not know, ma'am?
Exactly. Yeah. And so the other resident who like walked, the other resident like walked her to her apartment. I was standing back. Okay. And so the other resident walks out, and she was like, her words not mine. She was like, "There's something not right here." I think she's involved. The lady did end up talking to the officer.
Okay.
And then
I mean, Liz, the detective.
I know. And I ended up calling my person. Literally, as soon as I left the resident, here I am. Courtesy officer. Hi. This is all the things that just happened, and you know.
But I'm just gonna be like, oh, I just work here. Like that's all it is.
I that point.
Just work here. If you have any information, go take it to the office of the detectives that are working the scene of the crime back there. That way. Yeah. So off the clock.
But people don't realize that with this.
They don't.
Like,
they don't.
You're
yeah. I just worked it. Yep. Yeah. And so she's like telling me, she's like, I interjected myself and I walked with you because there's something not right. And she was like, Liz, you know this resident, the resident had been there a long time.
Yeah.
The other resident had been there a very long time too. Like, and she was like, Liz, you know this resident.
This resident that was walking with you. But
yeah. And she tells it how it is. She's like, Liz, you know this resident. And if this resident was not involved, she would have been up here. Yeah. She would have been screaming. She would have been on the ground. She would have, like all these things.
If she wasn't involved, then she would not have known that it was her baby daddy.
And she wouldn't have been, I'm just being real, like, I don't think she would have been as chill because we're talking about a resident who, like, got mad at a maintenance person and started going crazy. So, like, this is a resident that goes crazy.
Like, history.
Yeah, he has for, like, yeah. She's known for going crazy. Like, And so, and, got on my herself, told him what they told me. The resident did go and talk to them because at this point I should go on my jacket. Like,
I'm hungry.
I can't do anything else.
I'll come back and make sure the car's out the lake.
Right.
Yeah, the fire truck ended up blocking the property so the news couldn't get in.
Good.
And, like, that was, like, the only thing I really could do at that point was, like, trying to keep the media out. Yeah. And so, like, once the fire truck blocks the whole property and, I'm in a t-shirt seeing my breath, it's time for me to go.
Yeah.
And a year later, my son starts school. She's the teacher.
Oh. So, basically, the detectives didn't do their job very well. Because she's still free.
Yeah.
Next month is not Friday.
Oh, and she applied at the other apartment. She saw me. She's like, hey, I'm like, And, you can't steer, so she applied.
So, Courtney, what's your
Okay. Can I tell the story about the woman who's bringing... Can I tell the story on the podcast about the woman who's bringing her son money?
No.
Okay, we'll do that one because it is...
I want to know how many stories you have.
I have a lot.
You could literally stay here and talk about
I have a lot.
body count just with Courtney on that.
Yeah, I have a lot. Technically, I can tell two because I feel like next week it's not really going to be about us telling stories. It's going to be about our guests.
Yeah, we've got a couple of
stories
guests coming.
So I'll tell two, and of course they're from the same community. When I tell you
the 900 unit community.
Yes, I think most of my stories can come from that one community. But it's just so big, and there's just so much going on. Like, if that's in the community, you can't expect it to not have anything. Like, you just cannot. It is its own town.
I can expect it.
You can expect nothing. You can expect nothing.
Not nothing, but not you have a high body count.
Oh, girl, we're in Memphis.
The town. Yeah.
We're in Memphis. Okay. We're back in Memphis.
We're back in Memphis.
Okay.
900 units.
Well, this one. Okay, this one isn't from the 900 units. This is from the other one that I was managing before I moved back to Little Rock. Okay. But then my one after that will be the 900. Okay. So, Memphis, obviously, is known as
Murder capital of America.
Murder capital of the United States of America. Okay. So, I don't know if any other city does this because I don't think I have noticed it on the news in Little Rock. Granted, I don't watch the news a lot, but I don't think I've noticed it. But in Memphis, they do homicide counts periodically throughout the year. And at the end of the year, they give you the total homicide.
They do that here.
They do? Okay. I've never paid attention.
You can look it up with some news stations and say it today.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this I don't know. It's just,
Memphis is definitely higher, but
yeah.
Anyways.
So they had, definitely has more population too. But
yeah, for sure.
So, anyways, they ended the year with this is how many homicides, and of course, it was like astronomical. So then we go into the next year, okay, and I'm like, you know what? This is gonna be a better year. Memphis is gonna have a better year. I know it. I just know it. Dun dun dun. Wake up, my community has a murder, and it is the first murder of the year.
First murder of the year.
Yep. So, of course, it's on the news. So, it's on the news. It's on the news. Thankfully, I was not the manager at the time, but I was there. I was at the community. Okay. So, we have this guy. He lived in the building behind the office. Okay. And he lived it for a while. We didn't really have...
Behind the office?
Yeah, of the building behind the office. Okay. So we didn't, he was kind of quiet, honestly. I will say he was kind of a little, I won't say weird, maybe just weird to me. Maybe he made me uncomfortable. I don't know what it was about it.
Vibes.
Yeah, bad vibes, but he never really said anything out of the way. It was just something about him that just kind of gave me the ick.
You have the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, and so, anyways, he did not have a job. His mom was filthy rich. She owned some big company in Memphis. She lived in one of the suburb towns and had a nice house. Anyways, he didn't have a job. I'm pretty sure that he was some type of addict.
The one where this is the one from Summer Lovin' episode where your maintenance guy caught them in the...
No.
Okay.
No. It's different people.
Different people.
Okay. And he was like, what are you talking about? Did I tell the story? No. He was weird, but I honestly think that this guy was an addict. Either that or maybe a recovering addict. I don't really know. I'm not sure. But like I said, he paid his rent on time because his mom paid his rent. Never really had any issues out of him. Barely put any work orders in. Like, no big deal. Okay. Fast forward to this murder.
Yeah.
We get to work the next day. And January 1st. And we're, no, it was actually January 2nd. Nothing happened January 1st.
Because we're closed.
But January 2nd, it happened early morning hours of January 2nd, okay? And then get into work the next day. Apparently this guy needs money.
Mm-hmm.
He called his mom. His mom drives over to the property and she has like $10,000 cash in her wallet.
Wow.
Okay. Don't know what he needed that much money for. I don't know if she was just trying to give it to him so he would stop asking and he'd have money for a little bit. Maybe she was feeding his addiction if he was an addict. I don't really know. Anyways, as soon as she pulls in, gets out of her car with her purse, And where this building is, the parking lot's right there. So she was probably 6 spaces down from the building.
Okay.
It was not far. There's like the parking space, a little turnaround to the building.
Yeah.
Not far. She gets out of her truck, holding her purse, walking up to the building. She's maybe walking for 30 seconds. These people pull up in this car and try to rob her. So it's kind of like, how did
they know?
Like, why her? Why didn't she get that car? Did you follow her? How do you know she even has anything that you want?
Yeah.
You know, like, it just doesn't. Set up. Yeah, what she set up. It doesn't really make sense. Anyways, it's this whole ordeal. Instead of just giving them the purse, she fought them.
Oh, Lord.
She fought back, and she's an older woman. She's, maybe 60s.
Yeah.
60s or 70s. I don't really know. But she was older because this man was 40s.
Yeah.
So she fought them back, and it was 2 men. She obviously didn't win. But they're pulling the purse from her, and they're getting in their car while they're trying to push her off, and they're fighting her, and they're beating her. And she must be very strong, very powerful, because she was not giving up, and she never let go of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, they get in the car, they shut the door. The purse is like half in the door, half out. She's still hanging on to it, and they speed off.
Oh.
When they speed off,
No.
They whip around the corner, drag her around the corner. She ends up getting caught under the car, and they ran over her and drug her through the parking lot.
Oh.
Yes. So
Hair set?
It was like probably her arm was.
Yeah, it was because when she was holding on to it and they whipped around, I think her arm stuck in the bag.
Yeah.
And she just kind of went under the car. And then when she went under the car, she's still stuck.
Yeah.
They're running over her, driving away. Anyways, you can hear all of this ruckus, okay? You can hear the noise, you hear everything, you hear them arguing, you hear them screaming, you hear everything, okay? You hear everything. She's laying. This poor woman. Just, it's awful. She was laying dead.
Yeah.
No one's out there.
Wow.
One of our residents who lived in the community, some of them came out and they saw, because they heard, they didn't know what was going on. They come out. It happened so fast. These people are gone now, but she's laying in the parking lot, and then her purse is like up in the driveway some. I don't know if it fell out. They opened the door, they tried to see what's going on, they dropped it. They're
what's the cash?
They just killed this woman, so they're gone.
Yeah, they're like,
the cash was still in the purse. Like, they never got anything because they just killed someone. They're trying to get out.
They're trying to get out of it.
Yeah. Anyways, so these people start coming out. They're coming out. They're seeing what's going on. One of our residents comes home, who is a detective. So he didn't know what was going on. It had just been called in at this point. He's off duty.
Yeah.
But he gets home and he sees this. Okay. He sees this. So
Courtesy officer or no?
He is not a courtesy officer.
He's just.
What is so crazy about this is they would not give us a courtesy officer.
What?
And I was like, he already lives here.
Yeah.
He already lives here. He'll do it. He said he would do it, and they would not approve it.
That's crazy.
As much crime as we had happen at this community, they would not do it.
I feel like it should be a
Wild.
requirement.
They had them here.
Yeah. I don't know.
It should be a requirement.
I don't know if it was maybe it was the same company. I don't know if it was like a budget thing or like they just didn't want to have that security or whatever. I don't know.
What if they considered a liability?
Maybe they did. I don't know.
No, give him a free apartment.
I know. And his apartment was cool because he had one of the apartment, so our maintenance shop had an apartment hooked to it. It was completely separate.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was a 1-bedroom apartment, but it was just him. But it had a living room, a den, a separate dining room.
Nice.
It had a half bath and a full bath. It was cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He had a bunch of space. But I was like, it not hard to rent, but it was hard to rent because it's the only one on our property. So they either stay there forever. They stay there forever.
We've had some like that.
Yeah. They stay there forever, or then someone comes and they're like, I need 2 bedrooms. I really like this, but it's only a 1-bedroom,
Yeah.
And then I can't sit here and say, oh, well, you can turn the living room into a bedroom. I can't say that.
Yeah.
Because it's classified as a 1-bedroom. Yeah, it's classified as 1-bedroom. So, but he lived there. He was like, I want it. He was like, it's just me, I want it. And I'm like, give it to him. Give it to him for free. But anyways, never happened. Anyways, getting off topic. So, he comes home. He sees it. Police get there. This whole thing. All of these people are outside. Okay? All of these people are outside. And this guy, the detective, lived the building over. He has seen this woman all the time, coming to check on her son. He knows who her son is. Mm-hmm. He knows who she is. He knows. So he's slightly devastated because he's like, I see these people all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know,
Literally.
and
It's always harder to see. Like,
in his head, he's in detective mode. But he's paying attention
Right.
to things around him. He's paying attention to the people around him. Who's outside, and everyone's outside. Everyone's outside. Her son never came out of the apartment.
so she was there.
Yeah, he never came out of the apartment. So the police finally get there. They do their thing. He's telling them, like, I wasn't here when it happened. I came home, I'm guessing right afterwards. I'm not sure because everyone was outside when I got here. He said, I know who this woman is. He was like, I do not know her name, but I know who she is.
And he knows.
And I know which apartment she goes to. It's her son's. So they find the purse. They figure out what her name is because her ID is in there. They go up and knock on the door. And the son's like, they're telling him, like, were you expecting a visit from someone? He was like, yeah, my mother. And he was like, okay, have you talked to her? Because like at this point, they're like trying to verify.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, she's supposed to be on her way over here. He was like, is your mother's name so-and-so? They're like, he was like, yeah. He was like, I'm going to get you to come outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so they're telling him, you know, your mother's passed away, blah, blah, blah. You know, we don't know 100% what happened. This is just what some people said they witnessed and what we believe, blah, blah, blah. They said he never showed any type of emotion whatsoever, that he was just there. She was just there to bring him some money because he needed it to pay bills, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so we kind of, so like after this is like kind of wrapping up and they're getting rid of the body and they're doing what they need to do and he's kind of slowly gotten out of detective mode. He's like, I need to call. Like, I need to call the property manager. I need to let him know what's going on and blah, blah, blah. So I wasn't the manager at the time. He calls the property manager. And then it's like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning at this time. Mm-hmm. And she's like half asleep, but starting to wake up because she's got like her grandkids. They lived with her. So she's like, going ahead and start getting, she's going to get up and get ready. She's going to get them ready for school and whatever they need to do or wherever they're going. I don't think they were in school at the time. I think they were in like daycare. So like she has to take them daycare. Mm-hmm. She has to work. So she called me because at this point she's like waking up for her day. I am not waking up for my day. No. Okay, I'm not. But she calls me and she was like, hey, I just want you to know this is what happened. This is what we're walking into. Blah, 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 blah. So shout out to her. Her husband is a general contractor. Okay. So she was already like, I know we're going to need this. I know we're going to need this. I know we're going to need this. So she had him like ready to go. Like, I need you to be at my property at this time. I need to see what's going on, but I need you to come. Because they had already told her, like, you're going to need hazmat. You're going to need this. You're going to need that. Sure. So I get there and like, we hear the whole story. And her sons work for them as well. So they're the ones who have to come out and do the hazmat, right? And I felt so bad because I just remember one of her sons, like, you know, I didn't want to see, I saw blood. That's all. I didn't get close. I just saw blood. Yeah. That's all I wanted to see. I went in the office. And I did try to call her son. She was like, call her son, give your condolences, see if you can figure anything out. Yeah. So I called and gave my condolences. He was just like, thanks. That was it. And I'm like, hey, he had something to do with it. Anyways, so I remember her son coming in. He's like ripping off all the gear, and he like looks pale. Of course. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, oh, and he like goes to the bathroom. He's like throwing up in the bathroom. Then he comes back out. I'm like, are you good? Because in my head, I'm thinking it's just blood, which that's so gross. Yeah. But like, I feel like blood would be a little bit easier to see because like people bleed, like you know, all the time. But he was like, I just got brain matter out of your parking lot. And I was like, oh my God. Anyways, yeah. So it was bad. But fast forward, they ended up finding the people who ran over her. They arrested them. The son had to go to trial and testify and do all of this stuff. They never questioned him. And in my head, I'm thinking, you know where your mom lives, which is not far from the community. Yeah. You knew your mom was on your way. You never came out. You never tried to call her. You never tried to see where she was, if she was okay. Like,
also, she was bringing you so much money. He very well could have been like,
let me know when you're here.
But he could have been like,
owing someone money.
Hey, like, I owe you this money. He could have told his mom, like, hey, I need money, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And then here they come. He could have said his mom back, but like, my mom's going to be here. She could have this much money. Mm-hmm. you get that.
Yeah.
And then thinking, well, oh, my mom's just going to give it to them because that's what
She's a old lady.
She did.
I'm not a little old lady. Just kidding. I'm going to find you.
Yeah.
Actually, so.
Here's the thing. She might have been an older woman, but like she was like one of those. She's like she's a powerful woman. You know, she's powerful. She owned her own business for like 50 years, and it wasn't a small business. Like it was big. It was like an interior studio or something. Like she sold furniture, and it's like well known.
Her son needed the money, so she needs to get, like, at that point, she's trying to protect her son.
Yeah.
Like, she wants to be able to give this, like, to him. You know,
Well, I will say, and another thing that kind of got me thinking is, like, I don't remember if he had siblings. I think he might have had one. I don't remember. But, like, her will, like, everything went to him and his sibling. Everything. Like, all the house went to him. Her vehicles, all of her money. Like, everything. Life insurance.
If it was something like that, like, if it was set up like that, then you would think that it would be just a shoot to kill and then grab the money.
And I don't know.
But
maybe he didn't intend for her to die, though. Maybe he just wanted them to take the money.
But if it was a will situation, if it was like...
And that's just me projecting. Yeah. That's just me projecting. I don't know.
Conspiracy theorists. Like, we can go down red.
That, and see, I used to not be a conspiracy theorist, but when I got into this industry and all these things going on, I'm like, it could have been this. It could have been this. It could have been this. But yeah, so anyways, as far as I know, he still lives in her big ass house out in the suburbs because he moved into, when I tell you, it was like from the time
version of Port Connect.
Yes. I don't remember his name though, probably fine. Or her name. But from the time this happened to her funeral till he moved out was maybe a month.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't long at all. He was out of there, moving into his mama's house. Anyway, so that's one of my body count stories.
That's crazy. Like, and that's like not something that is normal. Like, people don't just get drugged behind a car, underneath a car.
No.
With $10,000 strapped to them.
Yeah, and I just remember when she called me, like, she started it off with, "Are you awake?" And I'm like, "No." She was like, "Well, I need you to wake up." I'm like, "What's going on?" It's like, "Why are you calling me this early?"
Yeah.
Right? And she's always the person that, like, we would joke, because, like, I'd say something, and she was like, "If you need bail money, just let me know."
Yeah.
And so, and I would always say the same to her. I'm like, "Well, if you need bail money, just let me know." And she was like, "You got my bail money?" I said, "I'll call your husband." And so anyways, when she was calling me, I was like, "Oh my God, did she get arrested?" Like, that's what I'm thinking, which obviously she wouldn't get arrested, but you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Yeah. Anyway, so, and she was like, "Well, we had a homicide." And I'm like, still have a slave. I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "We had a homicide." And I was like, "Hold on." And I had to like sit up to like get my shit together and like wake up. And I'm like, "Did you say a homicide?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, "It's just the second day of the year." She's like, "Yep, we're the first homicide of the year." I'm like,
oh
my God. And so finally when I'm up and moving and getting ready, it's on the first homicide of the year. And it doesn't have like inside my community, it's just from the street where you can see like the sign. Yeah, where you can see the sign. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so that happened. Then my next story is the big property, okay? This one is a little bit different, but it's also still sad. Okay, we had these people, and some of our buildings were 2 stories, and some of them were 3 stories. So this one was a 2-story building. And we had some young people that lived there. And it's like summertime. They're like sophomores in college. And this is like their first apartment. And they are just living their best fucking life. They're throwing parties. They're doing all of this stuff, okay? So it's like Friday night.
So college kids.
Friday or Saturday night. I can't remember exactly what day. They decided to throw a party. And word gets around. And gets around. And gets around. And gets around. I can't even tell you how much it got around. Okay. So there, it's like it's 2-bedroom, maybe 1,200 square foot.
Yeah, so little.
Yeah. It's little, but
it's definitely not a house party.
Yeah. It's little, but I mean, it's still a decent size for a 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
Wild.
Not enough for a crazy party.
Yeah.
And they're on the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're on the 2nd floor. Okay.
Used to be my upstairs neighbor.
Yeah. On the 2nd floor. And there are so many people in our community.
Yeah.
Wow.
So many. And like, not at this point, I don't think anybody that worked there lived on property. Eventually, there was a whole bunch of us that lived on property.
Right.
But when this was going on, I don't think anyone that worked there lived on property. Maybe one person, but I think they were on the townhome side. So they didn't really know what was going on. Okay. So parking and like the way this building is set up, where the parking lot is, it's a lot of parking. So there's a lot of cars there, but like everyone on the parking spot.
That's an amenity.
Yeah.
Well, that is something that's very rare.
Yeah.
To have more parking than needed.
Yeah. So a lot of people are complaining about parking because everyone had this park, and some people were getting dropped off and you know stuff like that. Anyways, so this had gotten so big that like there were so many people in there that the floor was starting to bow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, they could have fallen into the apartment. They didn't, but they could have. But I think one of the people that lived there realized like this is getting out of control. Yeah. This is getting out of control. There's way too many people. So they start telling people they can't come in. You can't come in. They're like locking the door. And then like people were opening the door and letting more people in. So they were like literally guarding the door. Yeah. Because at this point, it's way too many people. You cannot control it. You're asking people to leave. They're not going anywhere. Yeah. They don't care. This has nothing to do with them. They're there to party. Okay. So at this point, they're telling everyone they cannot come in. You can't come in. So there's people just like all in my parking lot who are leaving. Some of them are just hanging out in the parking lot. They're on the stairs. Like they're living their best life. Okay. There's this one guy who's trying to get in, and they wouldn't let him in. They're like, "There's no room in here. You can't come in. Yeah. It's at capacity. We're not doing this. We're trying to get people to leave." Well, it makes him mad. Like, I guess he thought they were like discriminating against him. I don't know if he had beef with someone. I don't know what was going on.
He was getting in.
So he walks downstairs, gets in the parking lot, and just starts shooting at the building, at the people in the parking lot, people on the stairs. He's just going crazy, right? Just shoot. He's just having a field day. Oh my gosh. Thankfully, well, not thankfully, because he did shoot someone, but it was only one person. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, this child, he was a kid. I'm not going to say child, but yeah, he was a kid. Yeah, like, he just graduated high school. Right. Like, just graduated high school. Shoots, kills him instantly. He's the only one that died. Not really, thankfully, but thankfully it wasn't more.
Did anyone else get shot?
Mm-hmm.
No one else got shot?
No, cars got shot up. Apartments got shot up. Like, but he was the only one. It was really sad. And so, of course, it was all over the news. Right. And we have a school there that is like a very popular, it's a private school. It's very popular. Like, you hear about them all the time. They have a great football team. They have like everything. It's all boys school. And he had just graduated from there. So the city made, I mean, it is a big deal. Wow. But the city made a huge deal out of it. Yeah. Because he is a star athlete. He just graduated from like a prestigious high school. Like, so it's a big thing. Okay. Crime has no address. Yeah, crime has no address, but it's a big thing. Yeah. So when I tell you it was on the news off and on, like with updates for months. For months and months and months, and like it was like every second I'd be like, okay, it's over. Then I'd see something on Facebook, or I'd see something on the news, or I'd see.
Did they find? I mean, they did find
the guy.
The shooter.
He did get arrested, and like we had to put out a statement, right? Because like they would not stop. So like we didn't, but our corporate office like put out a statement, like we're handling what we can handle. Like those people at the party, they were out there. Right. I thought, like, you got to go. Sorry that your party got out of control, but you've got to go.
Sorry, get the hell out of my property.
You're responsible for your guests. Yeah, you are responsible for your guests. I'm not saying like you can't have people over, but like you let it get out of control.
You can't have people over here. Don't
you can have anybody you want over, but you're responsible for your guests.
You are responsible.
Don't invite anybody over.
Yeah,
actually,
it's 200 people.
Yeah, and if you're that's true. If you're like, I mean, I'm not saying they're advertising it, but you obviously were advertising it, or it wouldn't have gotten out to so many people, and you wouldn't have allowed that many people to come in your home and get it as out of control as it was, to the point where you're like, oh my gosh, no one else can come in here. You know? Anyway, so that happened. To fast forward a few months, they had the funeral. It's sad. Like, I can't remember. I think we might have sent flowers. I don't know. But we're sitting in the office one day, we get this email. Parents of the kid are suing us for the death of their child.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, suing us for the death of their child. We're all preparing to be subpoenaed to testify, or to do what is it when they not when you testify, but when they pull you in the room, they ask the question.
Questioning.
Yeah, not questioning. It's something else.
Like mediate.
Yeah, like a mediation.
Yeah,
well, you're charged with that.
Yeah, we were like either going to be subpoenaed to testify, or we're going to have to go through mediation, something like that, because they want all the details. Disposition. Yeah. So we're like, people are preparing for that, and not all of us would have been called, but like some of us would have been called.
For sure.
You all probably would have been called.
Yeah. So like, and there was a bunch of us that worked there, and they're going to go for whoever's in the office, whoever is in there. Yeah.
Right.
Like maintenance, they don't ever think about maintenance. Maintenance can see everything in the world, and they
normally do.
For little calls. They can see everything, they know everything that's going on, but they don't ever get questioned.
Never.
It's always the office staff.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't think anything ever came of it. I don't remember. I ended up not having to do anything about it. Like our attorney was, pretty much taking care of it and trying to either like settle if it came to that, or fight it and say this has nothing to do with us. The lease states, the lease. And sometimes it's easier to just settle and let's move on instead of dragging this out.
No.
But I don't even think that we did that. Like I think it got dropped. Yeah. I'm gonna have to see if I can. Pretty sure it got dropped. But yeah, so they were trying to say that we were responsible for the death because we didn't have anyone out there monitoring and blah blah blah, and so like of course we had to they were talking about like security and all this stuff, and like your lease states that we do not offer security. We tell everyone.
We cannot guarantee your safety.
Crime has no address. We cannot guarantee your safety. You can get cameras. You can get doorbells. You can get alarms.
Yeah.
You can do all of this stuff, but we are not guaranteeing you anything. The only thing that we had at this community, because it was so large, is we did have a courtesy patrol.
Mm-hmm.
They're not security.
No.
They're literally there to observe and report, and they're not there all night. They make their rotations. So they might come at like 6, and they might not come again until midnight. They have other places they're working. So, and they tried to bring that up. Well, your security wasn't here. It's not security, it's a courtesy rotation. They don't work for just us. They're not our private security. They work for everyone. They just come in, do a courtesy patrol, make sure there's lights working, make sure there's nothing going on crazy, and they move on. Yeah. They probably didn't see any of it. They might not have been here.
And you can check that up with them.
Yeah.
And you can take out of it.
Yeah. All they do is I get there in the mornings and there's a little report, and then I look over it. If I see anything crazy, I address it. If I don't, it's going in the drawer.
Done.
Okay? Going in the drawer so that I can have it in case anyone has questions. But
that's it.
Yeah. Anyways.
Wow.
That's my other body count.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I felt really bad though, because like
for sure.
I don't even remember if he was 18 yet.
He probably wasn't.
I don't know if he had just turned 18 or what, but I know he had just graduated high school.
Yeah.
So was this like a parents out of town children, like underage, got out of hand situation?
No, they were college kids. They were college kids.
Gotcha.
And I don't know if this kid went and like he knew people there.
Yeah.
Or if he just heard about it and went. I don't know.
Probably friends.
Probably friends.
Yeah. And I don't even know if maybe he just went outside for a breather and was going back in. Like, I don't know. But he was out there, and unfortunately he was the one that died. And I'm so surprised that no one else was harmed. Right. It's crazy. But yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's you can always say this, like I would have done this, but like whenever you're in that situation,
you don't know. You never know.
Yeah, no. Like no one ever knows how they're gonna react until it happens to you. Not one that it's not gonna happen.
Honestly, like this has nothing to do with body counts, but it's so funny because I feel like it is a way that I react. Because like I try to, like, in very stressful situations, I try to stay as calm as possible. Mm-hmm. Liz can probably attest to that.
Well, we can attest to that during Summer 11. You were very calm whenever that lady was getting her ass whooped, or the guy was trying to get his ass whooped, or whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Whatever. I have my moments though where I'm not calm.
Yeah.
At all. But I try to stay calm, especially in stressful situations. But at the same community, this has nothing to do with body count, but it could have been. Yeah. Could have been a body count. I don't know if I even told this. I might have, but I don't know if I did or not. But I was standing outside one day, taking a break, and
I was running through the.
no, that next one. But no, I was just standing outside one day taking a break, and it's a big community, and so like where I'm standing is there's a pool, but then you go down the hill, there's another pool. You go to the back, there's pools everywhere. And I hear, yeah, you get a pool, you get a pool, you. It's Oprah. Anyways, and I'm just standing out there, and I hear, bah, bah, bah.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know if I don't know if you're telling me about it.
I might have been telling you about
Oh,
it. I don't know if I told it on the podcast or not, but I remember just sitting there, and I was like, that was gunshots.
Yeah.
That was definitely on this property because, like, you know, you could tell. You could tell it's like kind of far away.
That was not a gender
Or
reveal.
if it's close. So this is like, it's close enough that I'm like, it's on the property.
Yeah.
And like where it is, I'm like, it's down this hill and it's cool. Like I know it. Anyway, so I like walk inside, walk calm, walk to the manager's office. She's got like the assistant manager in there, the maintenance supervisor. My friend Nick, shout out Nick. He was an insurance agent at the time.
Yeah.
He's in there. And I just walk in and I'm like, insurance agent. Yeah, he was. He was an insurance agent at the time. Anyways, Nick, if you're watching this, Missio.
Hi.
And I walk in and I'm like, I just heard 3 gunshots outside. Literally said it just like that.
Yeah.
I just heard 3 gunshots outside.
That's me too.
And my manager, at the time, I love her to death, but like, she would be like, what? She would get a little dramatic sometimes. And I think it was just honest. I don't know how she managed that.
Right.
She did a great job. She really did, but I know it was stressful.
Yeah.
And so I think it was just that she was just so overwhelmed and it just came off as dramatics because she was like, are you kidding me? Like, not again.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just staying so calm and she was like, Courtney, this is not funny. And I'm like, I'm not joking. And
were you laughing?
No. I was literally so calm. I literally just said, I'm not joking. And she was like, I feel like if you just heard a bunch of gunshots outside that you wouldn't be as calm as you are. And my assistant at the time, she was like, no, this is Courtney trying to keep everyone else calm and not freak out herself. And I'm like, yes. And she was like, what? And she was like, well, where did you hear them? And I was like, they were down the hill at the pool at the bottom of the hill. And like, literally, I was like, right. Down the hill by the pool. Never changed my tone. And she's just looking at me and she was like, and I'm like, do you want to go check? Like, yeah, what are we doing here? Anyway, so like, yeah. So my friend Nick, who's there, he carries guns. So he has his gun on him. And so he's walking out and he's like, he doesn't have his gun, he has his gun on his hip. And I'm like, are you going to protect us? He was like, no, I'm getting the hell out of here. And I'm like, Nick, there's protection. And she's like, lock the office down. So like, all the doors are locked. No one knows what's going on at this point. Like all the leasing agents are up top, like, what? And so she's like running out the door. She's taking the maintenance guy with her, and they're jumping on. I don't remember. I think they jumped in his truck because we didn't have software. We had the van. That's anyways. And so like I just walk back up the stairs, and they're like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I just heard a few gunshots." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, hopefully everything's fine." And they're like, "What? Did someone hurt?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just heard someone came in." Like, I don't know. Anyways, I can't. There was a few times there was gunshots. One time they found someone who was shot in the leg. They were laying out bleeding. I don't think this was the time. I don't remember. I don't think they saw anything. I don't know if it was like a drive-by and people were shooting at each other or they ran or whatever, but I don't saw anything. We did call the cops. They found bullet shells. Like, that's it. Yeah, I was just like, I have a real life question. Mm-hmm. Okay. Not very good story, y'all.
Y'all both are like, yeah, I heard a shot, I went out. I'm telling you, I don't know if this makes me a bad manager.
Well, I wasn't out. I was like out there.
You said your team went down there. No.
Well, I mean,
if I have something happen in my community, this is Liz, okay?
The gangster in me. Something
just happened. Everybody come to the office. Yeah. Stay where you are. Like, we're not getting involved. We're locked down. Yeah. Well, apartment, you stay there. Okay, we're not walking around. Okay, well, but it's because of the story at 6 building. Yeah, we're on lockdown. You're staying right where you're at, and yeah. So I'm not you're not asking all Liz to go out there. I'm not getting. Let's say that.
If there were shots fired, I would lock the office down, and I would not go outside.
Yeah, but you did go outside.
Well, I was in my own home. I was off.
But you were outside.
No, well, yeah, no, I did. Well, at that point, we didn't see anybody running.
Yeah,
We heard cars spilling out.
We looked
You
up
don't
the
get
window.
hot.
Well, if they did, they would have peeled out at that point.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's more
I
like
hate it, but
you have to know. Like you have to know. You have to know if something.
Well,
Yeah.
Call the police.
I'm calling 911, and my property's going on lockdown.
Well, there was a time. I'll tell this, and we can be done. But there was a time at the same community that the maintenance guy and our regional.
I'm not moving.
The maintenance guy and our regional at the time were out walking the community, and they were like had a vacant unit, and they heard gunshots close to them. He was like pushing him into the vacant apartment and like locking the door, and like,
that would be me.
she was like, "Get away from the windows." They were like hiding in a closet.
That's me. I'm in the closet. And I'm hiding in the closet, like they're chasing me.
Funny, but I just remember hearing the story afterwards because she was like, she had calmed down, but she was like telling us, and she was like, "Can't believe I was hiding in the closet with him." Like, what?
I can't believe it. I'm hiding in the closet.
Yeah.
All of the training videos tell you
Get away from the window.
get away from everything.
Maybe
If you can
in the hallway.
escape, if there's an active shooter, if you can escape. If there's not a way to escape, then barricade yourself somewhere.
I'm barricading myself.
Yeah.
And my team.
Okay, well, this is fun.
Yeah.
This is fun. We appreciate Liz coming over so much.
Yeah, you have to come back because we have more stories to tell.
I have a lot of cupping stories.
Yeah. For cupping season.
Oh my God.
We have it together. Yes. We have a lot together. So,
Like the time we got subpoenaed by the FBI.
yeah. I've been subpoenaed a lot, actually. I feel like I've been subpoenaed more than anybody I know in the industry. And I don't know why.
I've only been, I haven't personally been subpoenaed, but a property that I work at been subpoenaed, and I had to provide that information.
I have been subpoenaed 5 times.
Oh, wow.
5.
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, I don't think we were necessarily subpoenaed.
No.
Well, I'm talking about the FBI.
Oh.
It was a subpoena, but it wasn't for us individually.
Yeah.
It was for the community.
Yeah.
But we were there. And when I tell you that I was like, nope, you have to give me something. And it was like 30 seconds later. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Sure, you're talking about.
Well, we can talk about that one later. But in the meantime,
I'll tell you after.
what are you guys going to do?
Like and subscribe.
Bye.
What? Sorry.
Bye.